What happened when you tried speed dating? I walked into the coffee shop downtown wearing my best shirt and carrying way too much nervous energy. Scanning the room full of small tables set up in perfect rows where 20 other people were already sitting and looking just as awkward as I felt. The host handed me a name tag with a big number 7 on it and explained the rules about rotating every 5 minutes when the bell rang, which seemed simple enough until I realized I had to make a good first impression 20 different times in one night. My first match was Sarah, who worked at the library and spent the entire 5 minutes telling me about her cat collection while I nodded and tried to think of something interesting to say about books. But before I could form a complete sentence, the bell rang and I had to move to the next table where Jessica was waiting. Jessica turned out to be a marathon runner who immediately started asking if I exercised regularly, and when I mentioned that I sometimes walked to the grocery store instead of driving, she looked at me like I had just admitted to eating ice cream for breakfast every day. The evening continued with me rotating from table to table, meeting Maria, the chef, who quizzed me about my favorite restaurants. Then David, who collected vintage comic books and spoke so fast I could barely keep up, followed by Emma, who seemed more interested in her phone than our conversation. By the time I reached table 15, I was starting to feel like I was in some sort of social experiment where scientists were studying how many awkward conversations one person could handle before their brain stopped working properly. The strangest moment happened when I sat down across from Rachel, who immediately asked if I believed in aliens. And when I said I thought it was possible, she pulled out her phone and showed me pictures of what she claimed were UFO sightings in her backyard. The final bell rang just as she was explaining her theory about government cover-ups, and I walked home that night wondering if speed dating was supposed to be this weird or if I had somehow stumbled into the wrong event entirely.